Hi, my name is Michael Schuss. I'm CEO, President of Canadian International Minerals, and this is our core logging facility in Prince George, British Columbia, where we bring the core from the Carvo property down here. This is where basically everything is analyzed and decide what's going to go in for assay and how to plan the next program. So we'll just be running through the procedures and stuff that we do. And, you know, there's quite a bit to it. This isn't just another copper gold project. It's pretty in-depth. Basically, when the drillers remove the core from the core barrel on the diamond drill, it gets put into what we call a core box. Obviously pretty basic. This will be the first thing that geologists would see. Comes in, they get everything organized. So we'll just show you some of the things that you would be doing on the very first phase of core logging. First thing, the driller's helper will write down the drill hole. This is drill 2011, CA11, so that means it's drilled in 2011. This is hole 15, box 12. As it comes out, they'll write down what's actually in here. So in drill hole 15, this is 65.19 meters to 71.03 meters. All from start, you go this way, this way, this way. Then they throw in some little markers in here also, just so the guy doesn't get confused while you're drilling. Because it's nighttime, it's dark, you know, it's raining, it could be anything. So this is the most important thing, is not to screw up this. Now, after this, these boxes will be nailed shut and then slung from a helicopter down to a landing where then they'll be trucked to Prince George. Now, it wouldn't be a core shack without a core rack. Core racks are pretty heavy duty, and you can see this stuff weighs a lot. You start putting a lot of boxes of core in it, it weighs tons. So, you know, it's made out of rebar center. Now, what we were showing you before is the handwriting. These was the stuff the driller's helper put on here. Now, once it gets into here, we put metal tags on it for obvious reasons. If it gets stored outside, 10 years later you come back, you can read the tags. 10 years later, you won't read the salt tag. Jippo outfits don't use metal tags. 10 years later, you know, the core is basically worthless. So if you do things properly, everything's got to be metal tagged. These boxes just being flagged because there's certain mineralization in it that's, you know, they're out here in the specialty end section. Okay, this is a toy that every geologist wants. It's albeit an expensive one. It's, I don't know, they're $80,000+, but it's a Niton XRF analyzer. Now we can take drill core, early stage. You know, this is being cut in half, as you can see. Obviously, we want to assay this because it's been sawn in half. Now, part of it is this would be a very coarse grain rare earth mineral. Of course, we got the best specimen for this. How this works is you will just lift this up. There's a little camera here that basically shows up in here. You can see what minerals that you want to focus on. You put it on top of the camera here, and then that gives you a picture of what the minerals are that you're going to be looking at. Now we close it. We now have it in there. It is now starting to do the detection. Now it takes all the different elements, it bombards it with X-rays, and you'll get a pretty good idea of what minerals are actually in the sample. It goes through, I guess we're doing 3 different scans of this, because we've got 3 different filters, so we'll just see where we come out here. Now, it's not going to replace an assay lab anytime soon, but it's a very good guide when you're trying to figure out, while you're logging the core, should we analyze this or what type of mineral. So a lot of minerals look the same. This will basically tell you what types they are. These things save a huge amount of time. You can use them in the field. This one has got a special closure, so it's not handheld, and basically anybody can use it after, you know, a short course running it. You know, we're getting some good spikes in strontium, which is one of our indicators here. Some people, especially nowadays, people ask, why would you use something so expensive, and what's the advantages of it? Number one is that most assays for rare earths, depending on what we're running them for, are about almost $100 a sample. So if we really look at, we have 100 samples a day, and there's 20 we don't send to the lab. That's actually a saving of about $2,000 in one day. These things can pay for themselves in 1 year easily. And also too is that you just get a quick turnaround for drills. Assays, quick turnaround on assays is 5-6 weeks. So can you imagine sitting here for 5-6 weeks waiting to find out what you got when you can get it in 45 seconds? So it's a must-have tool, especially if you're doing rare earths. Now we're in a different part of our core facility, is where the core actually gets cut. Now usually when it comes out of the drill core barrel, it's round, of course, then it gets cut in half. Basically, you'll take the round section, you put it in here. This is a diamond saw. Pull it back and forth. It's usually ugly, messy, dirty, noisy, and bang, you get half of it. Half goes into back into the box for data verification. The other half will go into a sample bag that will be labeled with a tag and sent off to the lab. After the core has been bagged, you write down an ID number on it. Each one's got an assay tag on it, because this is before it goes to the lab. So basically an assay tag will identify the sample for reference. There'll be duplicates. So this is the real important thing, because these are all going to the lab, so you can't have contamination, confusion, or anything. We go with ACT Labs in Lancaster in Ontario. They have a sample prep lab in Stewart, BC, where they'll grind down this, pulverize it, and then the small amount of the pulp will go to the actual lab. Each one of those samples probably starts costing about $300 each to all together. So we pump out these every day. So it's expensive to move this stuff around the world or country, but it's part of the process. So there we go.